What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching Guy and watching Idlewave. This episode, we're going to break down the song Calm in congruence with the 5-year anniversary of the Idlewave self-titled EP.
Would you still care or disappear? I'm breaking.
Alright, cool. So, we are very fortunate to have a couple demos. I actually have the original iPhone recording of me hashing this idea out. Electric guitar unplugged, classic. The Upside Down probably reference to Netflix Strange Things. Shout out. Great show. And then I brought this to the band and Joe was definitely like, we need to kick this up. We got too many slow songs. Everything's sitting either 125 to 130 BPM. So this one we really needed to just kick it up a notch. So when we all met up together, we were like, let's do something that's, 220 BPMs to see how fast we can get this thing.
If I could.
Obviously, a lot of cleaning up that needed to be done to get to. Woo. Yeah, pretty sick. We went to Portrait Recording Studios to hash this song out, and we worked with Johnny Ferrara from Trophy Scars. Really cool engineer. He's just kind of got that intuition he was born with where he'd be like, all right, and just roll his hand across the amplifier, and that's the tone we'd land on. And it worked every time. We were playing through some really cool equipment there, tracking through Soldano amps and Marshalls, and I think there was a Matchless Chieftain head too we did some stuff through. It's a really great studio, so we got this huge drum sound. And then Matt complimenting with his fingers. Got these cool chuggy, pop punk guitars. Contrasted with this really pretty lead that Kevin threw down on it. Even just keeping this intensity. Then a very story so far chorus. Very cool call and response from Kevin and I. Kevin's doing the so longs and I'm doing the rest of the chorus. So we're just doing the
The water will kill you. It pains me to say that I'm gonna miss you. So if you're always, can I get up against
This song also, I just needed acoustic guitar to go on in the background of it. It just fills the rest of the space up so well. These, everything's so fast, the fills, just down picking. Matt's fingers are going crazy on this one, just he's playing pretty high up on the neck too, and it sits perfectly. He's playing on the A string, I want to say. And then I think we just jam out this chorus as a bridge and go straight to the outro from that. I originally wanted this kind of build-up-y thing to turn into a whole nother song, and everybody talked me into this idea of just getting it capped and just consolidating. I'm really glad we took this way. nice and slow at the end to get that like build up. Also, I wanted this feedback to grow because I wanted us to have the option of this song being the first on the EP and then going into You Caught Me, but what ended up happening was You Caught Me was going to be the first single, so we thought for an EP, You Caught Me should be the first thing that the listener listens to. It just makes more sense. It's the first single, you know, just to get that immediate attention flow through to it. So Calm got bumped to second, which is why it's kind of funny how You Caught Me starts with feedback and Calm ends with feedback. But I don't know, it all worked out, and we were very interchangeable with where this song was in the set list and everything. And God, it is you're like sweating by the end of it. Playing this thing, it is fast, especially that click just going like nuts. That's too much. It's just like, oh my, when you're like playing and you're hearing that, it's like, it's wild. But very, very awesome job on everybody's account. I mean, like, especially for pop punk, we kind of got associated with it because we were looking to work with a management group at the time, and they were like, have you checked the studio out? This is very for your vibe. And they were very, I think Seaway put out a record at that time that they were like, we could see you guys going a like more pop punk direction with a like very clean production, a lot of like added elements. And the management deal didn't end up working out, but it was cool because we wouldn't have really known about John or Kris Badami or anything of that nature. So it was cool. We got to go there and just hash these songs out and make one of my favorite EPs, honestly. Just bringing it all together with like, we really had a growing batch of songs that just wasn't right, and it wasn't making the cut really for what we wanted. And we weren't trying to change our genre, but we were trying to tighten up what we knew we could, whereas a lot of like cookie cutter pop punk bands that were really like making the great, we had so many other music influences at the time. Joe especially is a music guru, and especially was at that time, showing me things that I wouldn't have listened to I wouldn't have found Death Grips or Neutral Milk Hotel on my own, or Danny Brown, or anything else that's kind of outside of these genres I normally listen to. Like it helps to be inclusive in that way. And Matt is super into EDM and electronic music and dubstep, which is really sick, just to have like somebody in your band who's really into that. Kevin's into everything under the sun, like very progressive metal, but also like Celtic music and worldly music and things of that nature. And writing with these guys was always like, well, we want this to be really something more special than what this genre is or what this idea is. And I'm proud of what we got. We kind of pulled out these songs that just are stamps of where we were in time, of what we were working on. And this was certainly cool to not have another ballad. So thank Calm for that one. But thank you guys so much for checking this out. If you have any other questions or anything, hit up Ida Wave, DM us on Instagram. You can comment on this video, whatever you need. We're all pretty easily accessible. If you got questions about what kind of gear we used a little bit more, let's see where we could get to, because this was 5-6 years ago. So, we'll dig what we can. But have a good one.